Okay, so you've got some matches that you've recorded either through our MatSide scoring app or through video, and you want to get some stat reports now on either individual wrestlers of your team or your team as a whole. Here's how you would go about doing that. So I'm here on the dashboard after logging into the team account. And over here on the left, you can see in the menu choices, there's one that says Statistics and Reports. So I want to get reports on this current year. So I would click here, current year, and I'll be taken to this page here where I can get just a multitude of different reports. Again, the main important thing here is that you choose the correct year. So I want this year right now. If you wanted it from a past year, you can just click that button and choose whichever year you want. And then A squad, B squad, or C squad. Separate reports for each. So that way you can keep your stats for JV and varsity separate, or your ninth grade team, or whatever you want. So various reports are available. Down here, dual meet record. This one right here. This will just give a list of all your dual meets for the season so far and their scores, whether you won or lost, and then a team record. Match counts. This will give a total count of all matches wrestled for every wrestler on your team, whether it's A squad, B squad, or C squad. Here in Minnesota, we are only allowed to have a certain number of matches for each kid going into the postseason. So this is a pretty important report. So I'm actually going to open this one up. Whenever you click on any of these reports, what's going to happen is Matchmaker is going to generate a PDF file and display it in your web browser. So I'll click on match counts here. And what you can see after a little bit of spinning, the server counts up all the matches, and you can see so far John Anderson doesn't have any matches, so on and so forth. So this is a good way to keep track of how many matches each kid has. Now, if you did want to print this, since it's a PDF file, you can use your browser to print a PDF just like any other PDF you would have printed from any other website. So that way you'll get a nice clean printout, so on and so forth. So let's go back to the reports page, and let's look at another one. Team analysis. This one's really useful. I really like this as a coach because now I can look at my team as a whole and figure out, are we doing okay on our feet? Are we doing okay on the mat? So on and so forth. So again, I'll leave the year as 2014, 2015, A squad. Click team analysis. And what you get out of this report, it goes through your team point scoring, how often you're getting bonus points when you win matches, how often you're giving up bonus points when you win matches. That was always a biggie when you're trying to compete on a dual meet level. The match point scoring, takedowns, near falls, escapes, all that stuff is all kept track of by Matchmaker. And then even scoring by period. So if you want to find out what kind of conditioning your team is in, you can look at the points scored for and against in each period. So that analysis is really nice. You can get this analysis as well for each individual kid. So if you're working with a kid on his conditioning, or he needs some convincing maybe that he's out of shape, this analysis comes in pretty handy. You can get event summaries. So let's say in this 2014-2015 season, we had a match against Lincoln, a dual meet. This dual meet summary is very nice for sending it out to all of my media contacts. So now I don't have to retype what happened in each match in every different email I send out. I can actually run this once and send this PDF file to all of my media contacts in one fell swoop. So it saves me as a coach a ton of time. You can also get a side-by-side analysis similar to what we did here in the team analysis, but just for this dual meet. So I'm going to choose Lincoln again and choose side-by-side analysis. And so here it breaks down the dual meet, just my team and Lincoln. Falls for and against, basically the same stats, but only looking at this dual meet in particular. This is really nice when, hey, how come they got, how come they beat us last night? I could use this report to analyze where we need to work. And then you can get individual reports too. By the way, up here in the gray area, you can get the same reports for tournaments. Individual reports. I can get for seed meetings, I need a list of all the guys that a certain person has wrestled. So, for instance, let's say I need to know who Ed Melmack has wrestled. I can click on his name here and click individual match summary. And what it does is it prints out a list of every match that Ed has wrestled, the result, and whether he won or lost, and then his record down here. So I can use this. This is really handy for going to seed meetings. I can also get a custom report, and this is really, really nice. So let's say that some of these other reports don't do quite what I want. I can actually go down here to the custom report area, this purple box, and I can check off up to 7 different categories and get a team report that lists these categories. So let's say I want wins and losses, maybe fall percentage, or maybe even 6-point percentage instead. The team points scored, takedowns, total near fall points, and maybe total match points or something like that too. There's 6. I'll choose one more. Maybe period 3 points. Just again, you can choose any up to 7 of these different categories. And then when I click display report, Matchmaker goes through all the matches for that season and compiles this report based on that data. So now I have one report as a coach that I can look at for the whole team, or it's something I could post if kids want to see how they're doing in relation to other guys on the team, so on and so forth. So like you've just seen, there are lots of different stat reports you can get. Again, you can do them separately for varsity, JV, 9th grade team. You can get them for this year. You can get them for past years. Very, very powerful stat tools here on the Matchmaker website. So thank you for watching, and I hope this has helped.